I was thinking about doing Napa because I used to cook the burgers, so I had the spatula thing. So I did think about it. I thought I could give Napa a good go. I was like 22 anyway. I still, you know, get a bit of notoriety. You know what I mean? Like, I'd give him, you know, I've got the rippery. I could run over to him. I could run quickly, get him on the slides. What do you know what I mean? Like that was going on in my head. But the staff in the cafe are nice staff. Yeah, like the only staff I got on alright with in Broadmoor. To be fair, like they give me this job. They gave me a little bit of trust. A bit of, like,
the staff saved him.
I just didn't want to do it sort of because a lot of the staff in the hospital hated me, and I know they didn't like me working at a cafe. Now this staff the ones in the cafe have been backing me, getting me down there. They knew I liked it. It was a bit of normality down there. It was a bit normal. I just liked doing the cooking, and it was just away from what was going on. I had
the madness,
yeah. And it was just sort of like, if I fuck this up, I'm letting them fucking down, and like, I'm not gonna have this job no more. Do you know what I'm sort of saying? I really did like that. I like that job, mate. I really did. I really liked it. So that's the only reason I never did it. But I did fucking. I did do Kenneth's fucking burger, didn't I? Kenneth the Stockwell Strangler. Yeah, I did his burger. Fucking, it was an accident. Yeah, alright. I nearly killed him by accident. Like. It's only young and naive here. Listen, let this be a message to some of the young ones, innit? Think about your actions. So anyway, like, they sort of tell you what people can and can't have. Like, and they said, you know, Kenneth, like, he can't have like hot chili. He can't have like chili sort of chili sauce. Can't have like hot sauce and that. Now in Broadmoor, you got like the sauces. They're like from there and they go down. Like the smaller the bottle, the fucking hotter it's getting. Innit? Anyway, Kenneth is like, I'll get a chicken burger. He's a big fat thing like that. I'll get a chicken burger. I said, yeah, alright. So I do the kicking. He goes, I'll get some chili sauce. I was like, you were not allowed to give it to you. He's like, oh god. I said, I can give you some chili mayo. We didn't have no chili mayo. So anyway, he's like, yeah, chili mayo. So I've literally reached for the smallest, hottest fucking pepper sauce bottle I can find. Yeah. I've opened up this chicken burger. What a cunt I was, innit? I've sit there, I've flooded this chicken burger with this fucking hot burger. I flooded it. No, just like sprinkle, you know, like literally soaked that chicken burger, like it was drenched. So he took this fucking chicken burger and he's like, oh. So he's gone over, he's sat on his table at his cafe. He started screaming out there, and staff come run up to him, Kenneth. He's like, ah. I was sitting thinking, what if he's allergic? I'm thinking, fuck, innit? I'm sitting there thinking, I've just killed him. I'm sitting there wiping the fucking spot out, looking at cameras. I'm sitting there shading that stuff like, you alright, Ben? I was like, yeah, sweet, bruv, innit? I'm sitting there, I'm never getting out. I've just literally killed a serial killer. I thought, I am never getting out.
You'd have bust that, man. They would have been cool with you for that.
I wiped the sauce bottle down. But anyway, it turns out lucky he's like, he had hernias and all that. He was like hypersensitive and all that type of fuck.
So are they living good in there? Like they're getting burgers, but I want my chicken burger and all of that.
I think there's pros and cons in it. I think, you know, you're going to get
the still human beings, man.
Yeah, you're going to get the odd little pros.
Apart from the nonsense.
You're going to get the little treats what are probably a bit better, but then there's a lot what ain't better. Do you get what I'm sort of saying? That's what you say, you can't compare Broadmoor and prison, they're so different. Do you get what I mean? It's so different. Like, you know, Broadmoor's a world of its own. You know, it's hell on earth. Like,
how did you get to fucking get kicked out of hell on earth?
Yeah, obviously, you know, they said there was a riot.
I think you was the first person to get kicked out since Charlie Bronson.
Yeah, that's it. Well, they actually took Bronson back though. They never took me back. They wouldn't take me back for my trial. Cause of the riot for there anyway. They wouldn't take me back. So
you're in the board.
So how did you get kicked out of there?
So a lot of stuff's coming out of the others on that, but you know, I thought I'd say what I can. Like, there was a riot. There was a big riot. What was going on in the ward at the time was wrong. You know, there was a cover up. There was an article that the Health Journal, actually one of the staff come out and said basically how he was being treated was wrong. You know, it was 24-hour lock-up, like, there was short staff, like, people, there was open up doors when he couldn't come out of him, you know, you had on this specific ward, you had MI, which is mental illness, and you had PDs, which is personality disorder. Right. You mix all them sort of together, you've got the PDs manipulating games, paranoid, everyone's sort of paranoid, everyone's sort of like, it was fuckeries, man. And they didn't have enough staff to sort of facilitate it at the time. There was open doors and he was attacking him. This ward was like another, like, it tested you. I was speaking to 2 people that I was on this ward with, and we're like, you know, we're blessed, I'm supporting them, they're, you know, they're away unfortunately. And but now nice as pie, but on that ward, you know, we think about doing each other because it's the head games and all that with it. It's so like, it was like psychologically testing, That was.
It's mad because even like you put me on the phone to one of your pals that's still in there, and he just seems like a normal guy, mate. Telling me he rates the music, blah blah. Do you know what I mean? He just seems like a normal guy, like. So it's just mad, bro. Like I just think. How do you even get out of there? Like,
I was gonna say, do they give you a sentence when you're there, or do you just go in
until
you're
there was no release
non-stop parole?
That's what I mean. That's the difference. Like I compare when I try and explain my sentence to people in like know the prison system, but it's like the most similar one is probably IPP. But the thing with an IPP, you have a number that comes with it. That means like after you said that, mate, you can apply for parole. And then after I think it's every year you go through parole. Now in the section 3741 is an indefinite, so there's no numbers, but every year you apply for that's basically the same as a parole. It's called a tribunal, and that's when you apply to get out. But again, it's the same thing. You've got to do the courses. You've got to make sure you're playing, but more's getting written about you. Do you get what I mean? There's like, it ain't easy.
You got to work your ticket.
Ain't easy, especially any slightest thing in that there knocks you back months and months and months. You know what I mean? It ain't easy. And in them sort of places, all it takes is like one staff to take this liking to you got them writing behind you, and it's just in places.
When did you tell yourself this is it now, man? I got to sort myself out and get out of this place. I got to get back to get my head back.
Get my head back.
Yeah, stop listening to Spray.
Stop listening to Young Spice. Put your CD away, bro. You know what I mean? I think I'm blaming you, bro. Listen too much. What is it? Really, most listen too much of that when I was away.
I had to bring that for you, man. I had to bring that for you today, man.
It brings back memories, that one.
So you got the real tat as well.
Yeah, got to
come on.
100%.
Real, yeah. Keep it real around here.
It's the best way to be.
Exactly.
I think when I changed, I was doing a long period of segregation because it was accused me of taking one of the most high profile people in the country at the time hostage. There was like obviously this cunt's name Ian Brady. When I was doing that segregation, which was a test, 9 months seg, it was a fucking test.
Yeah, that's a long
that was long. It was a few days short of like 9 months.
Yeah, that's a long.
But that was
done like a tree moon seg.
Yeah, it's fucking.
It's not nice.
Nah, bro. That you talk to yourself. I was talking to myself after, like replaying things that have happened years ago, conversations.
Bro, I've done about a 6 month seg now. I'm doing decap, but it's not nice. You get what I'm saying? But you get used to it, man.
Yeah, that's the thing you do. After sort of getting like a bit of routine and all that. Like. But my thing was reading. I got into the reading. I think one of the books I picked up, what began the change, was The Key to Living Law of Attraction. When I read this book, I was just amazed. I was just like, wow, like, I just really good. And then the psychologist said to me, "Do you remember that it wasn't long after like the Mayweather and Pacquiao fight? Do you remember that? So everyone wanted these two to fight for years, innit? Like who Pacquiao could beat Mayweather.
I knew money was gonna smack that up though.
But you had these two different sort of people fighting for two different things. Like Mayweather was very like sort of flamboyant and that, and Pacquiao when he fights civil war stops.
Pacquiao he stands for his whole country.
I was gonna say.
You had these two people fighting for two different complete sort of fucking reasons, and my psychologist turned around and said to me like what is it you're fighting for? I mean, she sort of, that was like what they call like the penny drop moment. Sort of when she said that to me, it was sort of like reading that Key to Law of Attraction, and there was a Zen monk. Moment. I was talking to the Zen monk, like about letting things go, because I knew me it was about holding on to these like negative emotions that I was carrying and that. So it was like
changing your thought
man,
process.
like, my whole thought just like literally then, and I just I sat and did a deal with the universe. I told people I'm a mental patient in a mental hospital, talking to the universe as you do. You know what I'm sort of saying. And so I wrote all these goals down in the book that I wanted to achieve. And that's when I made a deal. I said to the universe, I'm never gonna like sort of fucking
say it. No, I'm doing a Terry Walker. I'm doing a Terry Walker. No, you know what it is, fun? I went mad today, innit? I come out in shorts and all that. I saw the sun, forgot it's England. You get what I'm saying? And I come out and now my nose is running, but last time I was sniffing and that, they say, he's sniffing and he's got glasses. They thought I was on the Boogle, you get me? So I'm making them know I'm not even on the Boogle, you get me? But yeah, sorry, go on.
Your thought, but back to like you changed your thought process because you started realising.
So I said like I would never sort of be violent to people. I never try and like put people down, and I try and if you let me achieve these goals. So that's when I said it was about just focusing these goals, and I knew I had a feeling. I always said to myself, 2020, I'll be out. You know, they told me I wouldn't get out. And I was going to be lucky to get out before you're 40 and things like this. But for some in my head, when I read all this book and I just got that sort of faith and I just believed like I can achieve these goals. I can
manifested
do it. Manifested it. That's what it is.
You manifested it, man.
You got to believe it. And for some reason, I just believed it.
Listen, I'm a strong believer of that. Like, I wrote my vision board at the beginning of this year, signed it, dated it and everything. Like, I always feel like, you know, like words become things, innit? And you can manifest, like, you can change your life. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's never too late. So yeah, I'm glad that who gave you that book?
I picked it by choice. I picked it by chance in the little trolley when I can't say, but I picked it by chance. That's why to me it all seemed a bit
it was meant to happen.
It was meant to happen. Do you know what I mean?
And a lot of people, like, they do time and stuff like that, but they find this, like, at the time when it happened, you know, like, it felt like the worst thing, but sometimes you need that isolation period, you know, to like kind of find yourself. Do you feel like that with you?
I did, because, you know, I enlightened myself.
Yeah.
You know, it was a long time I was away for, but, you know, being away from the world and sort of distractions and this, that, the other, I was able to sort of focus and, you know, really solidate that sort of belief in the law of attraction for me. Do you know what I mean? Not being outside and seeing it, watching a video and like having so much going on. I fell in love with it. Do you get what I mean? And you know, these goals, I just knew I'd do it. You know, the first title I got when I got out was the 4 letters PTAW. You know, it stands for prove them all wrong, because in my head I just knew. And it's like when I was away, I knew I was going to come out. I knew I was going to do this. Yeah. When I listened to your CD, I knew I was going to come out and do a podcast with you. You know what I mean? I just see it in my head, bro.
No, but with man pumping hard though, they love
me, Joe. You see these still popping Joe, innit?
Enjoy, not just the madhouse,
Not just the madhouse.
Yeah, God.
Probably more than the madhouse, to be fair. I think it was these little sentence to the madhouse, but yeah,
no. Call me the madman, innit? You know, like, come on, they know that one, man. But no, man, it's good that you had that to listen to and it helped you. You know what I mean? Through that little period. You know what I mean? Music always helps when you're behind the door. You get me?
100%.
You know what I mean? My dog DMX, I'm gonna hail him up again. My man brought me to some birds still. But yeah, man, now your story's mad. It's great. It's inspiring. But so, how did you get to make them believe that you're ready for the road now? What was your pitch? What was your pitch? You know what I mean?
I think it becomes like, you know, I think this was like 2015. I think it was when I done it, when I stopped the violence. And I think just over time, the way I was carrying myself, I think when you change, you carry yourself differently, you talk differently. Yeah. And I think it was all coming to show. And I got attacked 3 times after that. And not once did I retaliate in them sort of times. One I had to grab up a little bit. But, you know, I was just sticking to it. And I think once you sort of do that, you're carrying yourself. I did the course. The psychologist Jennifer Kilcorn at the time was amazing. Do you know what I mean? Like, she really was backing me in these meetings and supporting me. She did like a lot of the one-to-one work with me around like emotions and like the trauma, you know what I mean? So working on my head and that as well. So I was like reading and I was learning from that. So I was learning different angles and I was taking in.
How did you feel when you didn't retaliate?
I felt good.
Yeah.
I felt good. Obviously, unfortunately, there was an altercation 2 nights ago. There's a video going about it. You know, but in that.
The man with the fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
With the phone,
you know,
like, what's he doing?
It's not something I wanted. You know, I don't want to be around that. I don't want that shit coming to me. You know.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to have to hit him, but obviously you get hit and you know, you don't have to go. That was there at the time was in danger. There was a lot of things around it, but
self-defense, isn't it?
Yeah, but in the system when I didn't hit them people back, it felt amazing because it's something that I wanted to work towards. I've been working towards, you know, and it's sort of like proofs in the pudding now, you know. And when obviously they did them, I had that meeting. And when they put it down to like low risk, like I was made up for that. I was low risk as violence, and it just felt good. And obviously I got moved to the medium secure unit, and then obviously a couple of years after that I was released.
So. Oh, that's good, man.
Happy days.